days to turn 40 by Cher. Okay, so it was the night of May 19th that I was at my favorite club in New York, Heartbreak, and I was with my best friend Polly, and we were sitting on top of these, on these red leather banquettes, and they're kind of like they're half circle, and the table goes in the middle, and then there's kind of a high part that goes around, I guess for, I don't know what it's for, but so instead of sitting in the seats, we kind of sat up on top of the thing, we were kind of perched up there, you know, kind of like hookers, but whatever. And so my dress was up here, my shirt was down there, and all I could think of was, oh my God, you're 40 and you're still so hot. Yes, it was nice, I enjoyed it. Well, I was just about to make a movie with Nicky Cage, and he was, right, well he was, it was Moonstruck. Nicky was 21, and I was 40, and I'm just saying. Okay. So anyway, Polly and I are having this great time, and I'm even having a beer, and I don't drink, but whatever. And I'm looking around because I'm so excited, and life is good, and I think I'm about to get this great movie, and this is so perfect, and everything is wonderful. And then I turn around and I go, whoa, oh my God. If I was a cartoon character, my eyes would have gone, boing, 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 boing. That is the cutest guy I have ever seen. So he and I kept flirting all night long, but it just didn't go anywhere, so I got bored and went home. And I've been staying at my friend's beautiful hotel. My friend had just gotten out of, the short one is jail and the long one is prison. He had just gotten out of prison. And for tax evasion, you know, like you do. And he was letting me stay there, and he owned Studio 54, that's where he tax evaded. So anyway, so I woke up in the morning, you know, the phone rang, and I woke up and I picked it up, and the man on the other end said, hi, Cher, it's George Miller. You know, George Miller was the man who directed Witches of Eastwick. So, you might want to hold your excitement, okay? And he said, hi, Cher, and I said, hi, George, and he said, I just wanted to call and tell you that I don't want you in my movie, and that Jack and I, Nicholson, we don't think you're sexy and you're too old. And it was like, good morning, 40. It was terrible, because I wanted that movie so badly because it was going to be the start of my movie career, and as it turned out, my agent strong-armed him and I got it. So anyway, anyway, my little agent, it was like, oh gosh, she's gonna get the heart. Okay, anyway, so tears were streaming down my cheeks at that moment because it was like, good morning, and we were old, and you're not sexy, and we don't like you, we're not gonna be, this is not your job, goodbye. So, but like all of a sudden, the tears started streaming down my cheeks, but I didn't want him to know, you know, and in Hollywood, when people insult you, they usually just insult you and they hang up. But George is from Australia, and he just kept going on and on and on and on, and he said, I don't like your laugh, and I don't like the way you walk, and I don't like the way you talk, and then at that point it was like, okay, look, the flicker. Find me under a rock. I was nominated for an Academy Award for Silkwood. And I won the Cannes Film Festival Best Actress for Mask. So, click on your ass. But the tears were still rolling, and they were still kind of coming down, and I was heartbroken, and then as I was sobbing, all of a sudden I thought, my God, these are fabulous tears. These are the tears you prayed for. And if you kind of like look this way, can you see me? If you kind of look that way, you look like a Madonna. And not the blonde one. And at that moment where I'm having my breakdown, my kids come in with a big cake and 2 bellboys, and I'm like, ah. And my kids come in singing, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Mom, happy birthday to you. And then my kids go, Mom, you're crying. Mom, why are you crying? Mom, why are you crying? It's your birthday, why are you crying? And I went, well, because of shit. Because the reason I'm crying, darlings, is that sometimes when ladies, young ones, they're so overcome with joy that they don't know what to do with themselves, and so they cry from happiness. And they bought that. And I said, okay, now go away and we'll have the cake later. It's 7 o'clock in the morning. All right. So, oh, I forgot. Okay. So, I was staying at my friend's beautiful hotel, but I owed him $28,000 and I didn't have it. Like you do. Okay. Now I forgot one other big thing, and you're just gonna have to go with me on this. So it won't make sense, but it'll all kind of dovetail in the end. All right, so there's a man in America, he doesn't have a show anymore. It's called The Late Show with David Letterman. Yeah, and he was kind of like a not very nice Graham Norton. And and he'd always wanted me to be on the show, and I never did it because I never wanted to. And now we can really start this story. Okay. So it's the night of my birthday. Oh no, it's not. It's 3 days before my birthday. And so the David Letterman people called me, the producer, and they said, how would you like to spend your birthday with Dave? And I said, I would love to for $28,000. And then they said, well, we don't do that. And I said, well, then neither do I. So in about 20 minutes, he called me back and he said, oh, okay, we'll do it. I was like, cha-ching. But while we're on the telephone, he said, you know, Cher, out of curiosity, why haven't you ever wanted to do our show? It's like the top-rated show, has been for years. Why don't you want to do it? And I said, well, I like Dave. He's very nice, he's very funny. He's so smart. But sometimes when he has guests on that he thinks are like not up to par, he can be kind of an asshole. Yes. So the producer agreed with me and we hung up. So then it was the night of my birthday and I went on the show and it looked really awful. I don't know what I was thinking, but whatever. So Dave was sitting here and he was being funny, and I was sitting here and I was being funny, and he was being here and he was funny, and I was here and I was much funnier. So, but in the middle of this funniness, Dave looks at me and he goes, so tell me, Cher, why haven't you ever wanted to be on my show? And my head exploded. Because in those days you couldn't say bad words, and so I didn't want to lie because then he'd know I was a liar, and I didn't know if I couldn't tell the truth, and my mind is going like this, and before I could kind of catch it out of my mouth came, because I thought you were an asshole. And he said he was traumatized for 5 years. Check it out on YouTube, he was certainly traumatized that night. Anyway, well, we became friends, and he sends me birthday cards, and you know, they're usually those kind that are like satin with puppies or kittens or butterflies or whatever. But inside he writes me a beautiful sentiment in cursive, and it's We used to do this thing back in the day. It was called cursive. And you're never gonna need it. Okay. All right, so, but at the bottom of this particular card, this beautiful card with this cursive sentiment, he said, P.S. My mom always likes Sunny better. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe he is still harboring, I'm not sure. But that was then and I was 40 and this is now and I'm not. Yes. Which makes me teary-eyed. Which makes me feel like this. But that's what it is, so get over it. I hate to tell people my age, but the reason I do it is because I want girls to know that you might not want to grow up and have blue hair, but you can go and do anything you want